So coming to see this, we have different ERP modules. So just to re reiterate what we just discussed. So we have different solutions in any business process. So a production system talks to planning system, a planning system talks to finance system, and finance system talks to HR system. So all these business processes, if they are working independently, it is very hard for any business to manage their business, right? So in these kind of situations, an ERP platform will hold all these business process, integrate them, and once the integration is set up, you don't need to manually communicate a change in any business process to other business process. So if you are owning a business which is like in a large scale and you are making changes in any of these areas, and each and every change which is needed for the other business process to know will be done and integrated by an ERP system. So you are getting that point? So this is where an ERP business will come into picture, wherein which you will integrate different business solutions into one software, and the software will communicate to different business process, and every business process will use an ERP, and one ERP among all these business platforms will be integrated so that you can communicate to each other. Okay, so this is where. So just as an example, if I had to illustrate what a business process is, and you might be like looking into these things. So if you look at an SAP system and you wanted to know what happens within an SAP system, right? This must be your curiosity before coming to know your ABAP and other things. You must know what SAP is, right? Without that, you wouldn't be understanding where you will stand in an SAP system. So looking at a logistic process flow, which is just an example of one of the business processes in SAP, like many other business processes, I will take an example of just like your e-cart or any e-commerce platform. Let's just take Amazon, or let's just take Flipkart into consideration. So you placed an order. So first of all, before placing an order, you will look at the store or you look at different options where you will be interested to buy different things, right? So once you are buying, looking at all the options that you are available, you will place an order, right? So that order will be shipped once the order is confirmed by the seller based upon his stock availability. That order will be shipped to you, right? The order that is shipped will be received to you. Once you received it, you will pay the amount, or you might have paid it in advance, and based upon that, your invoice will be delivered to you, right? So this is all a process. So looking at each and every different steps in this process, just imagine that all these steps cannot be like if you do not have a software that holds all these steps, you wouldn't be able to map all the business process. So in case if you have to track your order, or in case if you have to communicate, or in case if you have paid and your amount has to reach to the finance team for reporting, and if you have not paid, it has to be added as due. And sometimes there will be a problem in the stock. They may not be able to deliver it to you on time. So all these business processes, imagine the scale, how many people will be ordering in an Amazon system, and imagine the scale, how many people will be ordering into any e-commerce platform. So right from manufacturing, they'll manufacture it. And once the manufacturing happens, you will have all these transportation to the warehouse. Warehouse is like your godown, where you will keep all the products which are ready for orders. Once the order is received, you will immediately put it into shipping, right? The shipping process will start only if you have taken the goods from your warehouse, and then you have to pick it and pack it, and then you start for shipping, right? And the shipping anyways, again, before shipping it, you will have to do your quality checks and other things. So from shipping, it will go to your the respective customer based upon the delivery. In case if the customer is not interested in your product, and again he will have to return. Again the return shipping will start, and again the shipping will be checked whether you have returned the goods in the original way, or you have any damage that has been done before and after shipping the goods to you. Meanwhile, and then again they will do and again they'll put it back into your warehouse or into your storing place, right? So all this process should be automated in a large scale business. These cannot be communicated manually, right? So for automating these kind of businesses or any other business process, this is just an example of logistics flow. For automating any of these products kind of things, SAP holds all these platforms together and all these processes together into one software. So that is where you come across your SAP system, right? So coming to how many modules that are there in SAP, what are the technical modules and what are the functional modules? This is just an example of the modules, okay? There are many other modules that are coming every day into picture, okay? So SAP functional modules, I will say, going in the order of functional. So if I had to say SAP functional modules, the functional modules are SAP SD, MM, and FI, HR. Okay, these are the key modules which will be there in any of the system, and you will have PS and TR and your PP, PM, and QM. This PP is production planning, production management, and quality management. All these are for your production environments where you will have a factory which produces goods. For that planning and other stuff, you will use productions. But any regular business will use these core modules of HR, SD, MM, and FICO, which is very important for any business to operate, right? These are the functional areas. Then coming to technical modules, you will have ABAP, you will have Basis, you will have BI or BW, and NetWeaver. NetWeaver is nowadays converted into like Fury and other front-end developments. So when you see ABAP people are the ones who actually program the system, who actually writes the programs to automate all these business processes, wherein which you will use a language called ABAP programming language. Okay, this is nothing but Advanced Business Application Programming. The full form of ABAP is Advanced Business Application Programming, wherein which it is a 4th generation language. It is not very tough to understand. The programming is not like any other programming language where it will be like very tough to understand at it, and it is at the OS level or it is at the application level. It's not like that. The programming is very easy to understand. The statements are like just simple English statements. When you come across programming, you will understand that 4th generation languages are like very easy to understand. Even while reading the code, you will understand what is the developer's intention to write a logic, and it is very easy to get the pseudocode of any code once you look at it. So coming to Basis, Basis is nothing but these are the system administrators, where you will have all the Basis related information. Once you get into a system, you will end up into different administration issues. Maybe you will not be provided with proper access, and if you need any system up and running, and if you need any additional services to be subscribed, all these things will be managed by Basis. Basis also looks into upgradation of the system based upon the new version available with SAP. So they will look into all the like administrative tasks within the system. And then BI or BW, these are the people who actually does the reporting. BI or BW also nowadays is now SAP S4 HANA BW. So where you will have reports generated out of all the transactions that are done in the system. And these BI and BW people are key for business, the top level management to look into the business and make some key decisions based upon the BI report. Okay. NetWeaver are nothing but the gateway wherein which the system interacts with different external systems. Like if you have a front-end system or an e-commerce tool wherein which it has to communicate to the back-end system, NetWeaver people will place the key role wherein which they will develop the front-end systems, and they are actually working as a middleware to communicate between two systems. It is nothing but a gateway. So these are all the different technical ones, right? So where like what is functional and what is technical? You might have a question like what is called as a functional module or what is called as a technical module. So like I said, SAP comes with many predefined business processes. It is already a collection and integration of different business processes in the system. So functional people are the first people who will talk to the business and they will frame the requirements. And SAP provides options to pre-configure your system based upon the different options available within the system. So you don't need to go and do any customizations in the system. There are standard options for configuration. They will just do some configurations in the system wherein which your business process can be set up. So not every business can be directly pre-configured, right? So you may not be able to configure all the requirements for your business. Just in case of a standard example, if I have to give. So if you have bought a motorcycle or if you have bought any other motorcycle or if you have bought a car, so there are some predefined configurations, right? Or if you have bought a laptop, there is a predefined configuration of this much of RAM and this much of data like storage, and this is the processor. And these are all pre-configured into your system. So functional people are the ones who actually pre-configure everything based upon the business requirement, right? But the business cannot just function based upon the pre-configurations. So once you configure your business, then you will start needing, the business will need its customization. They will have their own requirements. Like once you have your car or a bike bought, you will have your own requirements. You want to like remodel your bike, or if you have to like redesign your car, you might need to take it to a person who knows the car or who knows the bike well, but he is not the pre-configuration person who has actually designed the bike, right? So he knows everything about the bike or he knows everything about the motorcycle or the car, but he will have to make changes according to the customization, right? So based upon that, he will tune your vehicle according to your requirement, wherein that is the job where everybody in the technical module will do. They will actually tune the product. They'll actually make changes to the product based upon the customer requirement, based upon the programming language they know, right? So you are a programmer, you know some programming language, and you have many other options as a technical. SAP ABAP is not just about programming. There are different options available for tuning, fine tuning your business. So these are all the options available in one technical module, wherein which you make enhancements to your pre-configured product, right? So functionals will configure the product based upon the business requirement, whereas technical people will make enhancements and modifications based upon the business requirement. So this is where your technical role comes into picture as an ABAPer. Apart from the entire business that is configured, business will come to you with different requirements. Hey, I need this change to be done in the system. So this is not available as a pre-configuration options. So can you help me? Can you help me to make this change in the system based upon your programming ability? Based upon your ABAP options, can you help me to enhance the system for making this change in the system, right? These are the different options that are available from technical and functional modules in SAP. So I hope you have understood what a technical module is and what a functional module is and where functionals and technicals will be in the system, right? So like you see, when you're coming to ABAP, ABAP is a collection of different options in the system where you can like make enhancements or modifications into the system based upon your ability to change the system according to business requirements, which are not pre-configured but are customizations, right? So that is why you call it as customization. And coming to this ABAP, so ABAP is not just about programming. So many people might have come to you asking for maybe giving you an impression that ABAP is just a programming language. No, so ABAP is a fourth generation programming language where it uses ABAP as a language. But an SAP technical consultant is lot more than what ABAP does. Okay. ABAP has a lot of options, like you have reports where you can like pull in all the database information to give reporting to the business in beautiful format where they can understand businesses, okay, how they are doing it. You have reports, you have programming, like everybody understands there is programming language behind any other change. Then you have your forms, wherein which you can tune your forms or you can tune your invoices formats or anything into the business where you can deliver forms. You have interfaces where you can communicate to the external system using your interfacing technologies. Okay, how you can communicate to a front-end technology, how you can communicate to a back-end database, how you can communicate data to different areas. This is a lot about more than a programming language, right? So it's not just about a programming language that you write only logic into it, but an SAP ABAP consultant or an SAP technical consultant is a lot more than just programming. So you have to understand the wide variety of uh, ability that you will get into SAP ABAP as a technical consultant, not just by only programming things, but also by making different options and different capabilities, adding it into the business for their smooth run. So this is just an illustration of database and ABAP program. If you come across this kind of diagram, there is database, there is ABAP program, there is DB write and this. So this is where an ABAP program is. It communicates to the database, it will read and write data to database. This database goes into the secondary database of HANA. And again, you can retrieve data from your direct copy from your HANA database as well. So coming to HANA database, there is ABAP and there is ABAP on HANA. So what is the difference? So earlier, SAP used to work with different databases. So SAP used to work with Oracle database, SQL database, and even Red Hat database. There are different kinds of databases that SAP system used to work with. But SAP has come up with its own database, which is nothing but called as HANA. So HANA database is a new database only proprietary to SAP. SAP will use HANA as a database, and there is a small change or little new features added into the ABAP programming when it comes to HANA database. So that is the reason why you need HANA as a system, and HANA ABAP is something which is new in the market for you to understand the usage of ABAP on the HANA database. Okay, not just by using it into the traditional manner of old databases. You also, in this course, you will also understand how SAP is working in the old databases, wherein which you have a traditional database to work on. Along with it, you will also have a HANA database also. And we will also teach you how to make your programming ability on HANA database as well. This course covers both the things, right from the beginning till the latest. So looking at job opportunities which you will get as a technical consultant, you have different roles. In the beginning, you will be a junior developer or an associate developer, then you will be a developer, then senior developer and architect and chief architect. So these are the different levels or options that you will get as an ABAPer in your growth cycle. Okay, so this SAP technical hierarchy is very crucial. Without a technical consultant or without an ABAPer, there is no way that an SAP business can run. So the way, if you look at job opportunities in the market, you might be seeing that there are 10 job opportunities for SAP different profiles, out of which at least 40 to 50% of the job opportunities available in the market will be for ABAPers. The strong hold of the ABAP area is because There are different modules in SAP where one business module cannot understand the other business module, or a HR consultant or an SD consultant will be specialized only in his area. But all these functional modules, all these business areas will use ABAP as its backend language. So if in case if there are 3 or 4 different modules or 3 or 4 different functional consultants, there will be parallelly 4 or 5 ABAPers working on these modules, because ABAP understands all of these business processes as a programming language. So any functional consultant or any business module will have to depend upon ABAP. So the number of roles and job opportunities in ABAP in terms of SAP will be proportionally higher than an individual functional consultant. So that is where you come into picture as a developer, wherein which you understand ABAP as language to tune the system. So your footprint in the SAP landscape or your footprint in the SAP world will be stronger than any other concept. So that's all about the introduction to SAP and the introduction to what functional is, technical is, and ABAP is. So before jumping into just a small intro of the system, I would like to take some questions. In case if you have any, please let me know.
Thanks, Prakash. I don't have any questions, but I want to know about the content of the course.
Yeah, the content of the calls will be shared to you after the demo.
Sure.
Just I'll browse you through the details of the contents. Okay. In case if you have any questions on the content, once shared with you after this course, right? You
Yes.
can also reach out to the concerned person from Orijinitsoltions, and I will be able to help you with any questions in the group. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So even if you are interested to have any additional topics which is of your interest, or if someone has suggested you, okay, please let me know. If we will try our best to maximum include that also as a part of the course.
Yeah. Sure. Sure, Prakash. Thank you.
Yeah. So any other questions that you would like to go through? So that summarizes the information what we are talking about. So just going into the system, just to help you about what the system looks like. Just a minute. So when pre-configured, if you are seeing here, when pre-configured, you will get to see different options in the SAP system. Okay. So you will be able to work on systems like this when once you get your server access. So you will also see different options available using SAP platforms. So everything will be pre-installed once you get your access. You don't need to again work on any installation process. This is the logon pad. SAP logon pad is nothing but the one access point where you will access different SAP systems. If you have 3 or 4 different SAP systems, your SAP logon pad will have all those SAP systems which are available to you. Currently, we have only one ABAP system, ABAP or SAP system, which is available with us. Okay. And this HANA Studio is where you will log into HANA for modeling, or you will also use HANA for building different options using your SAP, which will be a part of your course. Okay. And also you will get to know different interfacing and enhancing options in SAP. Okay. So just to log into the system. So once you log in, for example, when you are seeing it, you have something called as client, username and password. You will get to know what your client is in your first or second day of your training, what client is all about. Okay. So once you log into the system, you will see how the system is configured for your usage. Just a minute, I'll have to enter the password. Meanwhile, I'll stop the video and again I'll say. So just resharing it. So this is how you see a system when you log in. So this is how your system will look like whenever you are logging into your SAP system. Okay. So these are the different options available. Like I said to you, right, there are different functional areas like logistics, accounting, human resources, and all the different business platforms that are available. This is nothing but your SAP menu, and you can add few of the options into your SAP favorites menu also. This is how your SAP system looks like. So like any other software, once you log in, you will have a menu bar on top of it. And the below one is called a status bar. And within the status bar, when you see, you will see the client and the system you have logged in and the username that you are getting in. Okay. And once you click on this information on this arrow mark here, you will see different information about which system you logged in, which client, and what is the username, and what is the program that is running behind, and what is the transaction code, and all this information that you will be able to see. Okay. So when you log into SAP, this is how the system looks like in the first instance. So you will have your toolbar, and you will also have your application toolbar, and you will also have your main toolbar for the system. So this is where you enter T codes. T codes are nothing but the options or the menu options that are available for you to enter into any SAP transaction. So when you enter into different SAP options, every option or every usage of SAP system will be coming to you as a T code. So you need to know few T codes as part of development, which I'll be able to tell you as time passes by. Okay. So all these information will be given to you in form of T codes. So once you launch any T code, for example, for data dictionary, the T code is SC11. So when I go here, when I see this database T code, so this is where I will enter SC11 in this T code area, and I'll press enter, and I will be able to see the database transaction. So this is where I'll be able to see different tables and views and different database options available for me. Okay. So I will see something called as a table. I know a table called as Mara, which is the material management table. Okay. So I just wanted to see how the table looks like. Okay. So I'll go here, enter the database, check this box for database table, and I will see MARA table, and I will say display. So I'll get to know all the different fields. Like in once you know a table, right? A table looks like in form of rows and columns. So these are all the column names that are available in the system. So if I had to see the data into the table, I'll click on the contents. Just since this is a demo, I am just giving you an overview or just a sample of how system looks like. But once you get into the course, you will understand, and I'll give you each and every detail, minute detail for you to how to navigate and how to look at the details and what each option in each of your transaction codes look like. So I'll just click here on the execute button here, wherein which I will be able to see some data into this table. Okay. So if you look at this table, these are all the different entries into the system, wherein which you have multiple entries in the system and different column names. Okay. This is one view where you can see it. And I am trying to see the change. I want to change this so that my view looks much better. So I am switching it to an ALV grid display. So I'm just using an option called as settings and parameters so that my view will be turned into a much better display. So now I have everything in the form of a table. Okay. So this is how you look at what is the data available in each of the tables within SAP. This is just a sample. You don't need to bother about what is being discussed now. Just for the sample purpose, I'm just giving. Okay. So similarly, you will have different T codes available in SAP system. Okay, all these T codes and all the options will be available to you. So this is how you access your system in the SAP landscape. So once you register and enroll, you will be given one system for your practice dedicatedly only for you. You will be able to practice every day based upon the classes. And every morning you will have your sessions, and every evening you will have your doubt clearing sessions based upon the exercises you will be accessing. Every day we will be teaching you with the topic, and from the topic we will help you in understanding different options in the system, and you will be given a small hands-on exercise on the day for you to practice based upon that. And you will in the evening, once we connect back again, we will help you with all the doubts on your system, wherein which you will be able to resolve your doubts and proceed forward for the next decision. Okay. At the end of the course, we will be helping you with different interview questions and interview preparations and resume preparation and building. And we will also help you with different options where you can use to clear your SAP certification in case if you are interested. That is a different option. We will also help you with that. Additional to that, you will also be given references wherein which you can go ahead and try for your career in SAP. And we will also conduct for the people who are opting for interview option or interview help and assistance option. We will help you in conducting mock interviews, and all the preparation will help in resume building and everything, which our orijinitsoltions will be able to assist you with further information. So this is how we conduct classes. This is where we actually help everyone individually, taking care of each and every person, not just by teaching you on the topics. We'll also have every day-to-day structured teaching here, wherein which you will be, by the end of this course, you will be able to at least gain some experience in SAP ABAP as a developer, and you will be able to start working for your career so that you can launch into a job. And also you can be able to proudly say that we have learned SAP ABAP in a structured way, right? That is what our agenda is. So right now I'll stop sharing on the system. And if you have any questions on how the details are, what is going to be there in the course, you can post ahead now.
Hi Prakash, can we know the course timings?
Course timings, we are not yet decided on the course timings. Okay, the team will let you know on the course timings. It will be mostly in the mornings, but not very early in the morning. Don't worry about that.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So it will be like either it is in the morning or evening, based upon the maximum number of people available in the course and based upon their option to choose. It will be in the morning or evening, but it will be both in morning and evening. One session will be teaching and one session will be doubt clarifying. Okay.
Okay.
So that you will be ready for your next day.
Sure. Thank you.
So I'm stopping the recording here. If you have any questions, you can proceed forward even after this course to